What is up guys, my name is BAYZY and welcome to another video based on Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now in this video I want to be talking about the patch notes for title update 1.0.3. We will be getting 1.0.3.1 later in November, and this patch note list is actually quite extensive, to be honest, and there is quite a lot of information to kind of take in. I will go over a few of my highlights and even just the patch highlights for this update. Now the update will be arriving probably today, and when I am uploading this, well, I know that will be coming out on the 12th of November, but to be honest, I'm not too sure when I'll be uploading this and when this kind of video will go live, but I'm guessing it is going to be tomorrow from when I am actually recording this. It is a Monday today and it will be Tuesday the 12th tomorrow. So let's just get straight into it. I'm rambling a little bit. If you do enjoy this video, do hit the subscribe button and the like button, and obviously do share the patch notes. I have linked it down in the description, so do go check it out straight after you've watched this video. So let's just get straight into it. So I am actually quite excited for a title update to come out. I know there has been quite a lot of bugs within the game and there's quite a lot of fixes within this title update. It will be going live, as I said, on Tuesday, November 12th, across all platforms. The estimated downtime is about an hour and 15 minutes. For Xbox, it is a 7GB update. For PlayStation 4, it is a 7GB also. And for Uplay PC and Epic Games Store, it is a 6.7GB update. So I'll just kind of go down the list. It is quite an extensive list if you're actually reading the whole entire patch notes. So I don't really want to go over the whole patch notes because I think that's going to be it would probably go above 30 minutes, the amount of detail and the amount of information in which you have to take in from the patch notes. But let's get straight into their topics, which they wanted to kind of say were highlights. So they have fixed an issue that caused the drone to stop deploying on some occasions, fixed a bug that caused some players to respawn under the map, which was quite strange when that kind of occurred. They did fix an issue where changed and fire it with ADS to deploy the drone. Fixed an issue where L3GP night vision goggles blocked the weapon reticle while in third person view. They have also fixed an issue where the mission's completion tutorial pop-up would display after every loading screen, which was actually quite annoying. I did actually mention that recently in one of my videos, that was keep popping up and it was actually getting really irritating. I couldn't actually make a video based on PvP at the time, and I'm glad that is actually getting fixed. I'm actually over the moon, to be honest. There is also improvements to the issue where scopes would flicker when players ADS. Regarding Ghost War, in which I'm actually really happy that there is some things in which they are perfecting for Ghost War. The sniper weapons no longer one shot while using the Rolling Thunder perk. Absolutely great. It was a little bit OP. Fixes implemented to Ghost War stat tracking. Perfect. There was a few issues there, I do know that. They'll have also fixed Ghost War stats and they can display correctly in loadout menus. Shooting down enemies will no longer trigger hit confirmations, and added a cooldown to the ping system to avoid spamming. I actually mentioned that in a video which I will be uploading on Wednesday, which will be tomorrow if you are watching this on Tuesday. And I actually mentioned that I get a little bit irritated with the ping system. And I'm glad they have actually added a cooldown because, you know, it gets a little bit irritating. Tons of people like pinging here, there and everywhere. And to be honest, I'm really glad they have sorted that out. But moving on past Ghost War, they have sorted mission interaction is now kind of prioritized over vehicle iteration. They have made it so players can now do camera shoulder swap while in cover, which will rotate the main players on the spot. This was actually mentioned, I believe it was last week, in kind of a little bit of a hint as towards what will be coming within this update. I'm really glad they have added this because it was mentioned over on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook and all sorts of different locations that this needs to be added. They have also made an adaptation to stamina, which was also another thing in which was mentioned within the kind of like teasers. They have increased the base stamina by 66%, increased the stamina regen speed by 75%, and reduced the stamina consumed when sliding by 50%, which is absolutely great because I know that people are getting really annoyed about sliding around and all that kind of stuff. But they have also done another thing, in which is fixed a bug where players could get stuck after using their ability or frags while Panther class is equipped. I know this was getting really irritating to some people, and they have also realigned the angle of panoramic night vision goggles to align better with characters' eyes, in which makes the kind of character look a little bit more realistic to an extent. But that is really the highlights in which they actually gave us. I will get over some things in which I actually noticed within the full patch notes, in which kind of it stood out for me. They have made changes to frag grenades, and they now deal more damage to vehicles, which is actually quite an interesting thing to have. They have also fixed an issue where players landed a helicopter on top of another, which was quite strange. And they have also fixed an issue that sometimes allowed players to go through biometric doors while in prone, which was quite strange. Let's just say that. There is tons and tons of things in which has been mentioned, and I'm glad they have kind of fixed things here, there, and everywhere. I mean, I'll name the different things in which they have touched upon within this full patch note. So they have sorted stuff for AI, they have sorted stuff for animation, audio, bivouacs, camera, chat, gameplay, cover system, loot, menu, missions, NVG, online, PC, photo mode, Ghost War, save, characters, stamina, UI, vehicles, visual, weapons, world. Oh my, it's just tons and tons of stuff in which they have fixed within this update, and I'm really glad they have sorted quite a lot of things out, because I know people weren't wanting to buy the game because it had all these bugs within the beta. They didn't, I mean, they brought out tons of different updates here and there to kind of sort these bugs out. But at launch, there was tons and tons of bugs in which were crossed over from the beta. And I'm glad they're actually finally getting on to actually fixing all these different bugs. And even just the improvements, even just adding a few extra things makes the game feel better. And I'm really glad that the Ghost Recon team are actually listening to us. They have got a community survey which is live right now, which I will also put in the description as well. I did make a video about it not so long ago, just talking about it and how it's going to be helping the Ghost Recon team know what we want. And I would really suggest, doing that survey if you haven't already. Every bit of support from the community really does help them, and I can't stress enough how you should really be helping them to make Ghost Recon Breakpoint better, not only for you, but for everyone who wants to play Breakpoint, and even for those people who haven't actually bought the game, kind of attract them back to the Ghost Recon series and interest them a little bit and make Breakpoint a little bit more interesting for them to play. Now, I think the main thing in which kind of stands out for me, because I'm a Ghost War player, I haven't even finished the campaign because I've been playing that much Ghost War. I'm glad they have done quite a lot to actually make Ghost War better. They have done tons of balancing, they have allowed connectivity to be a little bit better, and they have made quite a lot of changes to the gameplay, such as shooting down enemies will no longer trigger hit confirmations, and such as gas drone damage now interrupts a player using a drone. And they have made changes to the maps, such as the tech port. They've actually added new objects to prevent the accidental falling of stairs or running up them, which I didn't actually come across, to be honest, but that is actually quite concerning that was in the game. I'm glad they have fixed that. They have also made some changes to the matchmaking. Players will no longer join matches in progress, which is actually really great, because I did come across joining, I only had me on the team. The three of the people left as soon as I joined, and it was just me versus 4 people, and that gets a little bit irritating at times. So I'm glad they have actually sorted that you no longer join matches within progress. They have made some changes to milestones, replication, stats, as I've talked about, and even custom matches. They have made changes to the fixed missing cursors on setting up match screens, and fix an issue that was blocking players from joining a custom match. You know, it's just the tiny little things, and it does really make the game much, much better for the Ghost Recon community. But yeah, I think I've covered quite a lot here, and to be honest, that's not even half of it. I mean, personally, I don't think it's half of it at all, to be honest. But I really do suggest going to check out this article. I will link it down below, as I've said, and I will also put that community survey, which I really do suggest actually doing within this 2-week period in which they have actually given us. But that is really all for this video. I feel like it's one of those videos where I've rambled a little bit, but it does the job, to be honest, and it does outline some key kind of things within the patch notes. But I do really hope you enjoyed. Do subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you haven't already, and share the video. It is greatly appreciated when more people know about my content. Every subscriber counts, and it makes my day, and it also kind of gets me a little bit more well known, and I quite like how people are quite supportive of my content. So if you're not really too sure whether you should subscribe just yet, do go check out my other videos. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I think I'll leave it right here. Thanks for watching, and I've kind of rambled even more there, but see ya.